Yo, what is up guys? Grim here, and today I'm going to be talking about my Atlas strategy for the upcoming 3.3 Incursion League. So, there's a bit of a spicy mechanic coming in, and that is incursions. These are going to add quite a lot of monsters to the map, and just for the record, I will be doing all of them in maps. That's because they drop maps, obviously, and some pretty juicy loot, and they inherit all the map modifiers on the Atlas. So that's pretty nice. And then obviously with the Temple of Atzuwatl, whenever I get that going, I'm going to be getting in there with the boys, get the team in. We're going to go for the Omnitate, kill all that kind of stuff, loot the rooms, all the fun stuff. So that's going to be that. We're going to start when we get to the Atlas. It'll be good times. Apart from that, when I get onto the Atlas, I'm going to be going hard. I'm going to try and complete everything as fast as possible from tier 1 to tier 10. And then I'm going to stop. Also, in addition to that, whenever a shaper map pops up, whatever I'm doing, I'm going to drop it and I'm going to go straight for that shaper map. I'm going to do it, try and get my Elder influence on my Atlas as fast as possible. Having Elder on there is going to be a good time for you. So once my Elder's on there, I'm going to try and get my T6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 orbs as fast as possible from those yellow maps. So if you don't know how Elder works and all that kind of stuff, there's tons of videos out there for you guys. You can check those out. So after I get my Shaper's Orbs, now it becomes a little bit more difficult. I'm going to do my highest tier maps as fast as possible to get some red maps, and once I get those red maps, I'm going to try and spread my Elder influence into the red zone of wherever I have the most maps. So if I have a ton of lairs, racecourses, and promenades, I'm going to move them over here. Similarly, if I have Pit, Villa, and all that kind of stuff, I'm going to move him over here. So obviously, I'm not going to complete these red maps on purpose, but once I move Elder in there, I'm going to manipulate it so that I have Elder influence on a tier 11. I'm going to kill the boss of the tier 11, get my first orb, uncomplete it with red sextants, and then do the 12, uncomplete it again and again and again till I get my T15 lot of orbs. So that is not the most optimal way to do it traditionally, but it's the fastest way. So my team is willing to give up a bit of currency in terms of red sextants, which we should have ourselves, in terms to get faster progression to the farm kind of stage of the game. So we're going to give up a bit of an advantage there. But if you don't want to do that, you can get your Elder Orbs carried and all that kind of stuff, but that's not an option for us. So we're going to do that, spread the Elder Influence into the red, get those orbs using my boss killer to help me out because I won't be able to solo those bosses with such a meager Magic Fire build, but that's okay, that's why I've got him. So we're going to do that, get the orbs, and we're good to go. So in terms of maps, I'm going to shape. T6, 7, 8, and 9 are pretty irrelevant. You don't have to worry too much about them. But for my T10, I'm going to be shaping Toxic Sewers. This map is fantastic, and it is really, really dense. Obviously, they might ninja nerf some maps, but they didn't say anything in the patch notes, so I can't say that anything will be nerfed. So I'm just going to go with what I know. So Toxic Sewers for my 10. For my 11, I'm a little bit undecided, but I think I'm going to go with Cemetery. The reason for this is because of the Elder Influence trick that I'm planning on using, which I'll go into in just a second. So for my 11, I'm going to probably do Cemetery. For my 12, classic old Dunes. For my 13, I'm going to go with Shore. 14, Wastepool, and 15 is going to be Bog. To start off with, I don't plan on having access to the Elder Orb, but I'll try and get to it as fast as possible later on. So once I have all those maps all good to go and shaped up, I'm going to employ my Elder influence strategy. And what that is the Elder Bubble or Square, as people call it. If you don't know what this is, I have a video about it on my channel. You guys can go check that out and learn what it is. So essentially, I'm going to set it up down here. I'm going to make sure Elder Influence is on all these maps in green, and then my containment maps are going to be in red here. So what this will allow me to do is have Elder and Shaper Influence on my 14, 15, 12, and 13 with a little bit of manipulation there. So if I want it on my 15, I'll let it go up to Wastepool and spread a bit, getting Shaper Influence and Elder Influence on here, and then when I'm done with it, I'll cut it back off. Similarly, if I want it on my 13, I'll get it over to Dunes and have it going backwards and forwards on Shore. When I'm done with it, I'll run a Dunes and cut it off. So that's basically my plan. I'm doing this to get Elder and Shaper bases, as well as a bit more density, which you'll get from Influence. So that's going to be pretty nice, guys. Tons of loot. In terms of what we're going to be doing to our maps, we're going to be sextoning every one, chisels, vials, and we're going to be going for all that stuff. So that's going to be pretty damn juicy. that is going to be my Atlas strategy. I'm assuming that one will work. We'll go for the T15s. We're going to complete a few Guardians, sell those Guardian maps for some big profits, a few Exalts hopefully from those. Make a lot of currency off those bases, and we'll have an excellent time. In terms of alternative strategies, though, there is another very competitive influence-based strategy, and that is this one up in the top left. So similar to down below, you'll get Elder Influence on all of these maps, and your containment maps will be Ashenwood, Armory, and Underground Sea. So the plan is that you would have Armory as a T13, you would have a T14 anywhere else on the Atlas, and you would have a T16 Underground Sea. If you're just trying to start out and farm Underground Sea, though, you can just roll with a T11 Underground Sea and contain the influence like this and have it going backwards and forwards just on Underground Sea, but you will be restricted to running tier 11s then. So maybe that's not ideal for you guys, but yeah, T11, Underground Sea, possibly T16, Armory T13, and running Ashenwood as a containment map, which is very quick, so it's going to take you about 10 seconds to get to the boss, kill it, and get out. So that's going to be a pretty good time. Again, very good map layouts. Hopefully they don't nerf Underground Sea, but you get a lot of good div cards in there as well. So those are my two suggestions for Atlas strategies. I think both of them are going to be very fantastic for farming up those Shaper and Elder bases. You guys are going to have an excellent time with it, and hopefully I see you guys over on my stream. If you've got any questions, don't be afraid to ask them. Like if you liked the video, and that's going to be that, guys. Have fun in Incursion. See you there.